Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So within today's video, we are going to be talking about the current injuries that Barcelona is facing, and then we're also going to be speaking on the transfer news. What is currently going on in the transfer market? So it's going to be a very compact video. Like always, I'm going to be talking about multiple players. It's going to be including I think 7 or 8 players. And so let's do this. If you guys are new here, welcome back to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys do support FC Barcelona, this is the channel for you. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Welcome to this Barcelona family. And so let's get straight into it. A few days ago, I made a video, right? I was talking about how Xavi looked very stressed during the post-match press conference after Barcelona beat Real Madrid 2-1, and he was stressed because he was saying, I hope that these players do come back from the international break fully healthy. And of course, we're seeing the complete opposite. It's like Xavi knew exactly what was going to go on during this international break. It's like every time Barcelona players go to international break, we always have to come back with a less saturated squad. We lose so many players, and I'm just like, bro, why does this always have to happen? And let's start with Christensen, because it does say here that Christensen could be out for about 3 to 4 weeks, and it's very difficult for Christensen to even appear in the Clásico. And so this is crazy to me. When I saw Christensen holding on his calf or his hamstring, I don't know what exactly he injured, but it was either his calf or his hamstring. He only played 16 minutes, and I'm like, dude, really 16 minutes is all it took for you to get injured, and now you have to go back to Barcelona and go get treated, and now you're also going to be out for about 3 to 4 weeks. You know how annoying that is to a Barcelona coach and to a Barcelona fan? He literally went to go touch the grass and then returned back, and now he's back with an injury and he'll be gone for a very long time. I don't know if these players get injured because of traveling reasons, because they have to walk around so many times and they have to go to the plane, hop off the plane, go into a different training pitch, go into a different stadium. Does it have something to do with that? Does it have something to do with maybe a huge amount of stress towards these players because they have to travel so much? I have no idea what it is. Or is it because the medical teams of these international teams are just we don't have to take care of them. They were okay in the past 4 to 5 months. They look fine. We don't have to stress about it too much. Is it because of that? We need answers. And so seeing that Christensen is going to be out, most likely we will see Marcos Alonso replacing Christensen, and he's a great center back. But when we see Marcos Alonso in a high defensive line, and we're doing that against Real Madrid, it's very dangerous. We have seen that happen to Barcelona many times where they have been punished because we have distributed a high line with Marcos Alonso in it, and many players were able to easily run past Marcos Alonso. So everything indicates that Barcelona against Real Madrid in that Clásico, most likely they will be sitting on a mid to low block, very very similar to what we saw about 2 games ago, and then we're going to have to run on the counters, and we're going to be revolving around Rafinha, Gavi, Lewandowski to be making those runs, and also maybe hopefully Frenkie de Jong, which is going to lead us towards the next player that is currently injured, and that is Frenkie de Jong. So he did stay at Barcelona due to precautionary measures. Barcelona's there's no way Frankie's going to go to international break. He has some sort of annoyance in his legs, so he's not going to go. But we have also found out a couple of hours ago that Frenkie de Jong will now be out for about 15 days, and he's currently in doubt for the game against Real Madrid. But there are many people in Barcelona that do have full trust that he can recover on time, and this is according to Javi Miguel. And so again, it's annoying because it's we're going back to October 2022 where we saw so many players get injured before we went on to face Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. And so if Frenkie does not make it for whatever reason, and I hope that he does, but if he does not make it, most likely we will be seeing Sergi Roberto replacing Frenkie de Jong in the midfield, and we will be seeing a 4-man midfield of Busquets, Kessie, Sergi Roberto, and Gavi. Now, I know, and many of us do know, that Sergi Roberto can do a lot. He has been having a great run of games as of late, and I'm very impressed with this player. But when you miss Frenkie de Jong, you really do miss Frenkie de Jong, because he is one of the players that we need in order for us to get out and go on to attack. And we definitely need that ball retention in the midfield, and Frenkie de Jong is the #1 player to do that for FC Barcelona. So now let's move on towards the next player, which will be Ronald Araujo. And it says here, according to multiple sources, that Araujo is recovering from his injury at an incredibly fast rate. He will be 100% fit for the FC Barcelona next match, which will be against Almeria. And to be very honest, seeing how so many players are getting injured, I just don't want to try and continue to promote that. I would much rather have Araujo just sit this game out against Almeria and just wait until the Clásico. I want him to rest. I don't want to see him at all until we face Real Madrid, because who knows? I don't want to rush his recovery. And so that's the only thing that makes sense as of now, because we can't lose another center back. Because if we lose Araujo, then we're probably going to be placing a defensive line against Real Madrid with Garcia, Koundé, Jordi Alba, and Sergi Roberto, if that's going to be the case. If we lose another center back, Sergi Roberto will not even be in the midfield no more. He'll be acting as a right back in order for Koundé to go into the center back position to accommodate for Araujo's absence. So hopefully things do turn out to be okay for these injuries. And now I do want to move on towards the transfer news, and I'm going to be mentioning Ndicka. And it says here, according to Gabriel Sanz, that Barcelona have positive reports on him, but believe his signing signing is complicated since they don't want to enter a bidding war and there are many interested, although the club says his signing is very viable. And this is according to Gabriel Sanz. So if you guys do not know who Ndicka is, he is a 23-year-old center back that does play for Frankfurt. He's very comfortable also playing as a left back, which is going to be greatly appreciated by Xavi Hernandez. And I do think that his welcoming is going to be even greater if Jordi Alba does decide to leave in the summer of 2023, because right now it's very 50-50 on whether Alba is going to continue, yes or no. Now, what's very interesting about this player is that he's very flashy as a left back. Like if you look at his highlights and you look at his games and how he does play with Frankfurt, he's very flashy, right? He likes to make a lot of tricks. He's very technical and very fast with the ball, but I think that we'll see less of that flashiness from Ndicka if he does play as a left center back, basically where Christensen does play, because you do not want to be doing those type of moves as a left center back. You have to play it safe. So we're probably going to be seeing like way less back passes with the heel if he does play as a left center back, but it doesn't matter because I think that he's a great center back overall. He's great at defending. He's fast. It's very confusing right now because we're also looking at Inigo Martinez. We have also heard that there is a personal agreement between Inigo Martinez and FC Barcelona, and he's also a left-footed center back just like Ndicka. But it would be so crazy to see Barcelona sign two free agents, which is Inigo Martinez and Ndicka, because these are two players who are going to be for free. And so can you imagine Barcelona signing these two center backs in this summer? So as of now, I'm just going to give this a 5 out of 10 possibility. I just don't think that we're going to be seeing Ndicka at Barcelona as of yet. If something drastic happens, let's say if Inigo Martinez says I want to commit to Athletic Bilbao, and then we see like Eric Garcia leaving for whatever reason, then yes, maybe we could see Ndicka. But for right now, I would give it a very 50-50 chance. I'm not going to get too hyped on this signing just yet. So now I do want to move on towards the last topic of today, and that is going to be regarding Lionel Messi. So 2 days ago, Messi did play for Argentina, and it was very energetic. Messi looked happy. The fans welcomed Messi and the rest of the Argentinian players because they were like, thank you so much for bringing back the World Cup. We praise you. We love you. And they were just so loud in that stadium, and there was like fireworks, and it was their first game at home ever since they finished winning the World Cup. So it was huge. And to see Messi so happy, to see how he also did play against Panama, you don't really see Messi at that type of state with PSG. And the world wants to see Messi at this type of state more. And the only way we could see that is by Messi rejoining FC Barcelona, because that is where he does want to go. It has been said multiple times that Messi does not want to renew with PSG. He wants to return to FC Barcelona. We have also heard that Barcelona want to bring Messi back. And what's crazy is that we have also heard that Barcelona have been working on re-signing Messi over the past few months. So let me tell you guys one thing. I do think that Barcelona, in other words, Mateo Lemán, John Laporta, Rafa Yuste, and all of these men that work within the Barcelona signings, I do think that they know the answer on how they're going to be bringing Messi back. They know that. They have the operation already fully planned out in some sort of whiteboard. The pen is on paper and they have already finished it. They know the operation, but can they execute it? And that's going to be the biggest obstacle that they're going to have to face. Like let's say, for example, right, this is not true. It's just I want to give you guys like a picture so you guys can understand what Barcelona needs to do. Let's just say, for example, that Barcelona know they have to sell Ansu Fati, they have to sell Ferran Torres, and they have to lower the wages of certain players, right? That's the answer. That's how you get Messi back. But could you execute that? Could you actually successfully sell Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres for a good amount and lower the wages? And honestly, with Joan Laporta being at the helm of FC Barcelona, he can get anything done. And we have also heard many reports about Joan Laporta needing to meet with Messi in order to become friends again, right? That is the only thing that's missing in order for this to be fully executed and to get it done as soon as possible. Joan Laporta has also said a few hours ago regarding what he thinks about the whole Messi operation, and this is what Laporta said. Messi knows that Barcelona's doors are open. We will see. I have to find a way to improve the current relationship between Messi and FC Barcelona. The mark I have left, which was Messi's exit when I became president, was not good at all. I had to make a decision, which I am very not satisfied with. And so he's basically saying I had to put the club before anything, even before Messi. But even with that, even though I made a decision like that, and I know that Barcelona is in a better state than before, it still feels wrong. Like Messi should be wearing the Barcelona shirt. Ideally, Joan Laporta wanted to put the club first and at the same time continuing to have Messi play at the Camp Nou. And I think that Joan Laporta really wants to make that happen. And that is why he's showing to the world that yes, I want to give the green light. I want to make this happen. The return should happen. And I'm really wondering how Xavi Hernandez is going to be formatting this team if Messi does successfully come to this club, because I really do wonder that. I know where he will play. I know that Messi will play as a right winger, but what's going to be the system? What's going to be the function of this whole team? Like, for example, Barcelona, this is a very high pressing team, if not the most high pressing team in Europe, and right next to Manchester City and other teams like Frankfurt, Atalanta, etc. But if you still want to have a high pressing team, which starts with the front three or the front two, does it really make sense to have Messi and Lewandowski Lewandowski in that front three. Like, they're in their mid-30s, and I don't think that you can implement a high-pressing team when you have Lewandowski and Messi in it. You're gonna have to, in some way, accommodate those two players and at the same time become a very great high-pressing team. Because I remember this doctor was saying, I was speaking to this doctor like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and I was asking him, I was like, you know, what's one of the first few things that a player loses as you do age, as you get older, right? And he said there are 3 things that every athlete does carry, and the first thing that leaves the player's body is speed. The second thing that leaves the player's body is strength, and the third thing that leaves the player's body is muscle mass. And so the fact that, you know, when that doctor told me, he's like, speed leaves first, I'm like, dude, that's like one of the things that we need in order to become a high pressing team. It just really makes me wonder how Xavi Hernandez is going to be having the team play on the field, because it makes sense, like, to see Cristiano Ronaldo first lose speed, and in some way he is kind of losing strength. Now he is in that phase. Messi and Lewandowski are going to go through the exact same thing. If not, they probably already lost the speed and they're going through losing strength as they continue to age. But we'll see what Xavi does and what the sporting staff does. We'll definitely be seeing a lot of goals, a lot of assists also, and we're going to play beautiful football. But I'm very interested to know what Xavi has in mind. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.